Hey everybody, this is Marshall Townsend. I am an independent executive director of the John Maxwell team and the owner of MT2 Leadership. I want to talk to you today about beliefs. And I've come out to the baseball field here to talk to you about that because I want to share some ideas on that. You know, I love baseball. I played baseball when I was a kid. I played outfield, and then I played first base, and then I was pitcher for a while. But my favorite thing I loved to do was be up at bat. And I did that till the one year, and I swung at the ball. The guy hit me with the ball. We played hardball back in the day. Broke my thumb in 3 places, so that put me out, and I had a cast on the rest of that season. And then the next year I came out, the very first game, the very first time I was at bat, and the first pitch was from the exact same pitcher. And he hit me in the shoulder with the first pitch. So from then on, I didn't want to get up the bat anymore. So I love playing ball. I love playing out in the field, but I didn't like being up at bat. But I'll tell you, when you think about baseball players, you know them and who they are by the positions that they play. They play in either, pitcher, catcher, outfieldsman, first base, shortstop. So you know them by the positions they're playing on the field. In fact, if you want to go play in a league, you're going to sign up for a position, right? In fact, you may have to try out for not everybody can be pitcher, so you may have to try out for a position. But let me ask this. The position that you're applying for or you're going to try and get, is that a position that can win the game? This way you define yourself. Is that a position that wins the game? Can the shortstop win the game? The answer is no, not as a shortstop. The only guys that can win the game, the only guys that can put points on the boards are the batters and the runners. So there's a difference between offense and defense. But baseball players are known by the defensive positions they play, the positions that cannot win the game. But that's how we know them. And I hear you. You're saying, well, Marshall, so you're saying that you should sign up to be, hey, I want to be batter. The position I want to play is home plate. And everybody goes, no, you can't do that. Nobody plays home plate. Well, I disagree with you. Because here we're going to do a test. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes and think with me. Now you got to humor me here. I want you to close your eyes and think for a moment of a baseball field. And then I'm going to give you a player's name, and you tell me what position he played. Okay? You ready? Eyes closed. Visualize. Babe Ruth. What position did Babe Ruth play? Talk to me. All right? Now the purists will go, well, I know that right away. I know exactly what he played. But the rest of us is, the only position we know him was the hitter, the home run hitter. He was at the plate. All the videos we see of him is at the plate, or after he's hit a home run, we see him jogging around the field. See it, although it's called a home run, it's actually a home jog, because when you hit it out of the park, you don't have to run. You kind of jog around. And then we saw videos of him celebrating how many home runs he's hit. But we never saw videos of him pitching or playing in the outfield. Although they're probably out there, but I just haven't seen them. So his legacy was he was a hitter, a home run king. Now in a business world, can you tell whether a business is on the field or up at bat? And I'll just be harsh with this. I'll just pull one off the shelf. Let's pull Apple computers off the shelf, and we'll be direct to it. So Apple computers under Steve Jobs seemed they were spending more time up the bat than they were in the field, and they were hitting home runs. But now, after Steve Jobs has passed away, Apple seems to be playing the field and playing defense. The other teams, though, are up the bat. They're hitting base hits, line drives, home runs, and they're running up the score. Apple ran up the score in the first couple quarters and put a high mark on the board. But the other sides are catching up, and Apple seems to be playing defense. Now, why is that important? Because you see, when you play defense, when you're on the field, the defense cannot win the game. But the defense can lose the game. That's important. You can lose the game. So if you take a look at last year's Super Bowl, what happened in the Super Bowl? You got one team leading coming out of the half. But in the second half, it was clear that one team was playing to win and one team was playing not to lose. not to lose. And what happened? The guys playing not to lose lost. Because that's what's going to happen to you if you're playing not to lose. If you're just trying to hold on what you got. So in your belief systems, how do you define yourself? Do you define yourself as the guy who plays the outfield? Are you the pitcher? Are you the second baseman, the shortstop? Is that, you're really good at that. I'm a really good first baseman. That's great. You can't win at first base. You need to be a good hitter. So how do you do that? How do you make that transition with yourself? Are you just trying to hold on to something? When you're I love the old song of Glory Days, right? Where the guy's talking about high school. Oh, for God's sakes, high school. That was your glory days? So you put some points on the board back then, so now the rest of your life, all you got to do is defend that. Go take the field and defend your glory days. That's not the way. You need to get off the field, retire the side, get back up the bat, and start putting some scores on there. And can you do that? Well, I think you can. I know that back in 1985, 86 time frame, I came back from Germany, my first tour over there, and first tour overseas, and then I went to see a Los Angeles Angels game. And it was a very boring game. Not much happening. I think got all the way to the ninth inning, and the score was tied. It was probably 2-2 or something. And then out of the dugout comes a pitch hitter. And it's Reggie Jackson. No lie. Reggie Jackson walks out of the dugout, and we didn't even know he was there. We hadn't seen him the whole game. He walks out, so Mr. October walks up to the plate and bangs a home run home. And then, jogs it in. And we were like, outstanding. This was wonderful. So Reggie Jackson, and that was probably the last year he played baseball. But he never stopped delivering the goods. He never gave up. He was hitting home runs in his last season. And like I say, enough to where they put him in as a pinch hitter in the ninth inning and win the game. So the defense can't win the game, but they can certainly lose the game. And if you're playing the defense, there's a good chance you're going to lose the game too. Because the other sides are going to catch up, they're going to pass you, and leave you in their desk. So you got to get off the field, you got to get up the bat, and start swinging. Now I know not everybody's going to hit. Listen to me. You're not going to get a hit every time, but you got to swing like your paycheck depends on it. If you're in business, you got to swing like your employees' paychecks depend on it. And most importantly, you got to swing like your dreams depend on it. That's important. Swing for the fence, man, because your dreams depend on it. So get off the field, up the bat, and enough time sitting in the dugout. I need to be out on the field. Nobody's out there, of course, but we need to get out on the field and start hitting. So, batters up. I'll see you on the high ground. And you get a chance to sign up for my newsletter. I'll get a link up on Facebook for that, so you can find out what MT2 Leadership is up to. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. Batters up.